And based on those checks, the decision was taken by immigration officials not to grant the passengers leave to land in Jamaica. But concerned Jamaicans are asking, why were the passengers then allowed to roam the streets of downtown Kingston given all the red flags? Our news centre captured images of them shopping, sightseeing and enjoying downtown Kingston on Sunday. The government said they were to be under police guard, but we did not see any police officers with them.
And we have still, up to the very time, received no explanation what is going on. And initially the flight, and I think this caused some hesitation, the flight was to go there.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it's the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's clip you want to see the reason why the government of Jamaica decided to deport back 200 Indians back to their country. We all know Jamaica is so welcoming country, but this is the reason why it decided to deport back these 200 Indians back to their own country. Kindly watch this clip and then you come back for more discussion.
First up this evening, a response from the Ministry of National Security to a TVJ News exclusive about the status of over 200 Indian nationals who arrived in the country last week. It's been revealed that they are scheduled to leave in a matter of hours. Our reporter Dwayne Anderson has been following the story and now joins us live. Dwayne?
Right, thank you, Archibald. So what do we know at this point? Well, first of all, a total of 253 individuals arrived in the island on the chartered flight. That number includes the crew members. Now, pictures we saw late Monday afternoon showed these passengers lining up in the pre-boarding area at the Norman Manley International Airport. They were taken back to the airport to be sent home tonight. The Ministry of National Security said Monday's activities at the airport were part of the finalization of arrangements for their departure. The government says the cost of their accommodation and return will be the responsibility of the charter company and not the government of Jamaica. But for many observers, their departure does not mean the end of the matter. And many of the outstanding questions were put to the Ministry of National Security, which admitted that the flight which arrived in Jamaica on Thursday, May 2, received the requisite approvals for operating from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. We also spoke exclusively with the managing director of the airline company. His company owns the plane that flew the chartered flight into Jamaica.
Until the very day, I don't know. The citizens we had on board do not require a visa for Jamaica. We brought them there in good intention and also to pick them up in good intention. They were then refused. Until the very day, we do not have a statement from the Jamaican authorities why we are being detained or why we are being delayed to leave again. This is unacceptable, and we have still, up to the very time, received no explanation what is going on. And initially the flight, and I think this caused some hesitation, the flight was to go there, drop off the passengers, the crew does 14 hours rest, then we would have gone ferry flight to Havana, ferry, as I said, empty, to Havana. We have some passengers waiting there since a week now to be picked up and to be brought back to their destination, and then we would have returned to pick up these passengers again and phone them back. This was our itinerary.
He also feels the Jamaican government breached international law when they impounded the plane on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston, and it is costing them a lot of money.
We had to subcharter several aircraft to cover the schedule of aircraft, which cost us millions of dollars, or more than 1%. We normally calculate in dollars, but well over $1 million.
The Jamaican authorities, while not responding to the airline's boss, say they were alerted to the operation of the flight based on what appeared to be anomalies and missing details from its initial permit application. Additionally, the authorities indicated there were 2 passengers on the flight who did not appear on the passenger manifest. This led to investigations by PICA, and based on those checks, the decision was taken by immigration officials not to grant the passengers leave to land in Jamaica. But concerned Jamaicans are asking, why were the passengers then allowed to roam the streets of downtown Kingston given all the red flags? Our news centre captured images of them shopping, sightseeing and enjoying downtown Kingston on Sunday. The government said they were to be under police guard, but we did not see any police officers with them. The Ministry of National Security, in response to why they were allowed to leave the airport's precincts, explained that given the duration of the flight, as well as civil aviation regulations for the minimum rest period, they decided it was impractical to have the passengers wait in the plane or at the airport. They were therefore allowed to leave the airport on humanitarian grounds and go to Rock Hotel in downtown Kingston, where they had reservations. No, the matter doesn't quite end there. We were also reliably informed by our sources that members of this group of Indian nationals were attempting to enter Jamaica from as far back as September 2023. Now, the real reason for their interest in Jamaica is not clear at this time, but at that time, our sources say tourism officials were told they said they wanted to visit Jamaica for quote-unquote tourism purposes. Now, the tourism ministry, after making checks, detected what it called red flags and said that type of entry was a no-go on their part. Now, we were also told the Indians then reached out to a Jamaican sportsman to lobby the Jamaican government on their behalf for entry. However, the red flags, which included questionable security background of some of the individuals, meant the matter was not pursued. Now, our sources say the tourism ministry is therefore shocked that they eventually made it to Jamaica this year. Archibald.
So, still several questions to be answered. Dwayne Anderson covering that.
Authorities are investigating what appears to be a smuggling operation involving hundreds of Indian nationals passing through Jamaica. It all stemmed from the arrival of an unauthorized plane in Jamaica Friday. The details from Dwayne Anderson.
Scores of Indian visitors enjoying the sights and sounds of downtown Kingston on a Sunday afternoon. The issue is, they should not be here, nor should they be moving around this freely unsupervised. We understand the Indian nationals were among 218 individuals who arrived in Jamaica via a chartered flight. The flight, a white and blue Airbus A340, is registered in Germany. It has also since been impounded and remains on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport. The aircraft and those aboard did not have the relevant approval, including the passenger manifest, to come to Jamaica. Law enforcement sources told our news center that the chartered airline also did not state it was arriving in Jamaica. Nevertheless, civil aviation officials allowed the aircraft to land. We were further reliably informed that the flight transited through Dubai and then made a stop in the Egyptian capital Cairo, where an Uzbek national was picked up before heading to Jamaica. The Uzbekistan national, based on our checks, is of interest to government officials in the United States. Interestingly, another Uzbek national who also arrived on a previous flight was eventually detained when the authorities started investigating this Indian chartered flight. Now, after this flight with the Indian nationals arrived in Jamaica, there was a lot of discussion among the authorities on how to treat with the situation. It was eventually decided to allow them to deboard and stay at the 4-star Rock Hotel in downtown Kingston under police guard while the situation is worked on. Checks also revealed that the charter had no arrangement to take the passengers back to their destination, which aroused the suspicion of authorities. Which brings us back to these initial images in downtown Kingston on Sunday afternoon, where many of the passengers were seen freely going about their business.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I hope you have watched the full clip and you have seen the reason why the government of Jamaica decided to deport back these 200 Jamaican. We all know Jamaican country is so welcoming, but on my own opinion, if some countries are so welcoming or some countries are visa free, just don't go to that country anyhow the way you are. You have to follow some rules, even if it's visa free. You have to follow some rules so that you can go to that country. But we have all seen how this Indian just went. Some of them just went illegal, and this is a process of illegally going to other countries if it's even visa free. I really wonder why, if these were the Jamaicans or some other black people, if they can go to other countries like India, Canada, or even China or US, the way these people did. There's no way you can just go to other countries just freely because other countries are visa free. You have to take some instruction, you have to follow some rules of immigration authorities. And we have all seen government did came out and say that these people should be deported back, but some people saw these people roaming in the street of Kingston and they asked themselves, why did the government allow that? The government said that they were given some security officers, but people said that these people didn't have any officers. But the government of Jamaica really did well deporting these people back. We all know there are some Indians in Jamaica, there are some Chinese in Jamaica, but it reached to a point you can't be too nice on some people because it's better to prevent some problem than to cure them. So if you have to protect them, this is the reason why the government of Jamaica did this, because some people who go to these foreign countries, they are not only good people. Most of the time they ain't good people. Some of them are bad. Some of them will go to other countries because they feel like this country they can do some illegal business. They can go to this country and take some maybe drugs, weapons, and if these people go to this country and maybe go with weapons with them, this will create or increase high chances of criminal or gang in the country, and the people who will suffer are the local people of Jamaica. The people who will suffer are the children who are living in Jamaica, because if a country has gang violence, there's nowhere a country can go. Look at the situation where Haiti is in. We can't allow other countries to be like in a situation where like Haiti is. We have all seen how in Haiti this gang violence, the people are being killed, people are suffering, they doesn't have employment opportunities, and this is the reason why the government of Jamaica is trying to prevent such a things, because some immigrant just don't go to this country with good intention. Some go to with bad intention, maybe to create some criminality, to create some maybe some just bad things like raping cases. They create the gang violence in this country, and this is the reason why the government of Jamaica did so, and it's a good thing. Maybe a lot of people can say the government of Jamaica did a bad thing, but we have all seen these people just went to Jamaica illegally. They don't have any forms. Even the immigrants refuse them because the plane just came and they just go and landed in Jamaica, and it didn't pass the right decision. But what the government did, it's a good thing. All know the Jamaican and Indian have a good relationship, but it can reach to a place whereby you have just to prevent some problems, because these people, we allow them to our country. We have seen Indians have been, they are like all over in Africa, and these people come to your country, they build buildings, they open up shops, and then they start showing the local people some, the local people like they own the country. They start behaving like the country is theirs. Yeah, we all know, and this is the reason why the Jamaican government doesn't want to reach at this point. We have all seen some countries where they have allowed a lot of immigrants, and their population has created a lot of issues. These immigrants have created a lot of problems in the country. They go to this country and they try to create some resist to the local people of this country. They go to these countries and start disrespecting the local people of this country because maybe they have money, or maybe they feel like they are just the owners of the country. But one thing I really want to say, that the government of Jamaica did a good thing to deport these people back, because you don't know what they came with. Maybe they came with weapons, maybe they came with drugs that they want maybe to trade in Jamaica, and this can create a lot of problem in Jamaica. It can create a lot of problem whereby if youth can access to drugs easily, it really create a lot of chaos in the society. It really create a lot of family issues. We have all seen those families that have maybe like fathers who are drunk, or maybe they are addicted to drugs. They have family problem. We have seen maybe fathers, they just go to their home, they start fighting their mothers, they start fighting their children, and this creates a lot of death. Leave alone drugs, come to weapons. If a country can be able to access to weapon easily, it creates a lot of gang violence in the country, and this reduce the rate of tourists that are visiting the Jamaica. We all know Jamaican country, it has a lot of tourists. A lot of tourists are going to Jamaica because the country is so welcoming. The country has good view, it has good beaches, it has everything that you want to see. But it has reached to a point whereby it has to limit the people who are going to there. Even if some countries, if they are visa free, if you haven't followed the rules, it has to limit, so that for the good of its own people, or for the good of its local people. You know, if you are not the owner of the country, you can do anything you want. You can do a bad thing without caring. But if you are the local people of certain country, you will do something remembering you have a generation that is coming on background. So if you do bad thing, you will have to think about what your children will have to go through. What if you try to do some gang violence, will start to think about what your children or what your generation will have to do. So it was a good thing for the government. Even if a country is visa free, just follow the instruction, follow the right procedure, to go to this country. We all know not all people who go to this country are good people. Jamaica is so welcoming, but it has made the people to change their mind that if this country is visa free, you have to change their mind. You have to limit people who are going to this country. So guys, if it was for the first time coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget to share. Thank you so much for your time. One love, my brothers and sisters from Jamaica.